Well, I don't want to be nice or unnice, okay, but 45 has never looked so pathetic. There's an air of defeat about the squatter. The master of pup seems deflated. It has been another terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week for 45. Unless something medical happens, the squatter is a dead man golfing. 45 is mirrored in a number of potentially squattency ending crises. First, there are the bombshell allegations that Russia offered cash bounties to Taliban-linked fighters for successful attacks on the American troops in Afghanistan, according to the New York Times. 45 was briefed on this, but did nothing apart from offering to invite Vladimir Putin to a G7 summit. An allegation like this, as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has noted, is about as bad as it gets. If 45 was told about the bounties, he betrayed the U.S. soldiers. If he wasn't told that his administration is murderously incompetent, which, well, they always have been incompetent anyway. 45 has responded to the crisis in his usual manner, outraged tweets. On Sunday night, 45 called the story another fabricated Russia hoax, which it wasn't, and claimed he hadn't been briefed on the bounties claim because it wasn't credible. How one might ask, did he ascertain that information wasn't credible if it was never reported to him? His incredible intuition. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnama attempted to clarify matters on Monday. 45 hadn't been briefed, she told reporters, because there were dissenting opinions about the veracity of the information, which is a very different excuse from the one proffered by 45. But consistency isn't something that the 45 administration seems acquainted with. It's not only accusations of treason that 45 is battling, there's also the coronavirus. He has done his best to ignore the pandemic, but rudely. It hasn't gone away. Quite the opposite. Cases are surging in the U.S., and while the pandemic was initially clustered mainly in Democratic-controlled states, most of the new cases are coming from election battleground states that are diehard Republican, Texas and Florida. And then there are the anti-racism protests. 45 has been trying to posture as a law and order squatter, but his laziness keeps getting in the way. Last Friday, 45 grandly announced that he had canceled a trip to New Jersey in order to stay in D.C. and ensure other order was enforced. The next day, he headed to one of his own golf courses in Virginia. According to a CNN, this was his 271st visit to a golf course since his squattency, on average, has been golfing once every 5 days. This is not to say 45 spent his entire weekend on the links. He also retweeted and then deleted the video of one of his inbred supporters shouting "White Power." A recent faux news report claims some anonymous GOP operatives reckon 45's current psyche is fragile. 45 doesn't seem to care about American Zion, but he never did anyway. He certainly doesn't care about racism or police brutality, but he does care about his ratings, and even those are abysmal. 45 is polling so badly that even he, a raving narcissistic prick, seems to realize he might lose. Last week, he told Faux News that Joe Biden was going to be squatter because that he was going to be president because some people don't love me. Well, we never did love you. We hated your fucking guts. 45 went on to belittle Biden. I don't want to be nice or unnice, okay? The man can't speak. Neither can you, 45. Things are so dire that the possibility has been floated that 45 might not stick around for the election. A recent Faux News report claims some anonymous GOP operatives reckon 45's current psyche is fragile and that he could drop out of the 2020 race if his poll numbers don't rebound, which they won't. I doubt 45 would throw in the towel, though. He would rather drink bleach than be seen as a loser. Well, here he is a loser, so it wouldn't matter. He may be trailing in the polls, but he would do whatever it takes to win. While it is tempting to hope so, this is not the end of the 45 squattency. Hopefully it is. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. And there you go.